Doing what? Want to start a
Is this the
zombie dance
janitor?
party? A zombie dance party?
Zombie dance party! Zombie dance parties are fun.
Zombie dance party.
Oh, get out of my way!
Gee, they really appreciate your sacrifice, Evan. I'm gonna die on this one. I'm not going first. Fuck that.
What is going on here? What? This asshole dragging across the snow, slowing us down.
Rest in peace, Snuggles friend.
Alright, this is it, boys. This is it.
I'm ready to go.
Here we go. Greatest bobsled of all time. 3, 2, 1. Go!
Jeez, Jesse, you want to tell this guy how to do his goddamn job some more? Sit your ass down, or he will put your ass down. At least they carry. Assure Jesse that everything's cool now.
It's all over.
That's a fun activity. Ooh, and popsicle sticks? Must be some kindergartners having a great time at summer camp. Oh, Doc Gordon, who tells her all the kids there have excessive nightmares, so they're always trying to avoid sleep. Nancy accidentally the girls get safely behind a door. Then Nancy wakes up and finds that a cut on her hand is carried over from Kristen's dream. And Taryn are playing a knockoff D&D called Wizard Master, until Max comes in and tells them it's time for life.
They occupy fewer than a third of vice president positions.
She tells them the wing of the hospital was closed in the 40s after a young girl on staff was locked inside. His remains were never found after the fire, and that they must be buried in hollowed ground to make things okay again. Nancy back to Weston and says he'll keep working on Donald. Yeah, I'm sure Nancy's dad is going to be real interested in talking to the 40-year-old dude, problematic, and an image that would probably make for a pretty sweet and ironic dare shirt. Oh hey, the iron dude. Fred shows up, and Nancy has a poor choice of words for him.
Let it go!
Gordon puts Freddy to rest, and the Springwood slasher disappears from Kristen's dream. But it's too late for Nancy. The after effect of the death. And of course, it's got the Freddy line that I find myself saying pretty much every day.
My go-to style for football season is my touchdown top knots.
The victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at...
Someplace fun. Remember, you're in control.
I don't get it. Was that the rhyme, or... But instead, steps on her head to push her down through the sand. You'd think that might be it, but nah. She crashes through a ceiling, and we're off his nasty soul chest. Then, okay, follow me here if you can. Kristen's all like, yo, Alice, you'll need my dream power. Direct quote, the Kristen Parker plays. And that light is a raging inferno that they find consuming Kristen.
Night Stalker beat me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Debbie's apparently into exercise. Even though we're an hour into pizza. Bet you got a couple of jokes lined up for us here, huh, Fred?
You little meatball.
Resistance training and delivering the obvious no pain, no gain line as he rips her arms apart at the elbow. I leap, and Freddy has him running in circles. Cockroach Deb finally meets her end after struggling with her motor. Yep, you heard right. Evil will see itself and die. And I guess that's now, man, and the kills that the Dream Master gave us. So let's see how bad of an idea wearing a green shirt was again. Only manages to escape by breaking through the wall of reality and launching her naked ass into dreamland, where she falls asleep, and she comes back to find some line work of the Elm Street house on his desk. Mark goes all aha and winds up in the drawing too. Computer? Now we're back in the 2? Man, I don't know what's going on here, I'm sorry. But here's a creepy look. Good thing that plan's never gone wrong before. Yvonne, who still doesn't believe Alice or Mark about any of this Freddy stuff, and go fetch him some more victims. Yeah, good luck convincing anyone to go to Ohio, dude. Ha ha ha, go blue. Maybe he'll have some person they could find.
When they give him the power to cross the line and turn our nightmares into reality.
He emerges from the TV screen to wrap around Spencer and pull him into the tube. Dude, he just smoked.
Only long enough for you to bring me back my daughter.
With John useless, just beats that bitch with a bat. Fred's not perturbed though, since he just reenacts an OG nightmare scene while counting off the ways people included 5 men and 1 woman, the most imbalanced gender ratio of the entire series. With a runtime, this crossover was a huge deal for the genre. Putting these 2 horror icons together was something being talked about since the 80s. And down there, Freddy, this isn't the remake just yet. There's a fun montage of stuff from the Elm Street movies, but I noticed they're almost all from the first 3, aka the good ones. Freddy says he's this dude Freeberg, who's a straight ripoff of Jay from the View Askew-niverse.
Then screw that clown. I mean, what kind of a pussy comes out?
Us to go inside his mind, even though we were already kind of there since we were in his dreams. So what are these, memories? I don't fucking. He has a fight with Jason inside a flaming building, which is what Freddy's afraid of, remember? remember?
Freddy.
Tank things that he then sends against Jason like a bunch of torpedoes. The one that lands sends Jason also flying through the air with a machete, but Jason comes from behind and impales Freddy with his own finger knives. Nancy Thompson. I also want to thank a couple of Practical Folks fans who sent me this shirt, Kaylee Coomer and Chelsea Howard. I do have a PO slashing his hand, which causes him to wake up in the diner to his friend and waitress, Nancy Holbrook. But she didn't give him any of the main fans because she didn't meet Dean until high school. She also tells him about how Dean was screaming, "You're not real," before he died. Alright, listen, I know I used to be a non-believer, but that house is the most resilient fan favorite character. I mean, have tried to stand out a little more. Maybe get like a hat or something, maybe a loud sweater. Good thing he'll have another chance to.
On his fingers.
She asks if he'll stay up with her, but y'all know asking that in a nightmare movie is the equivalent to taking her search results against that famous Robin Egg blue background. He falls asleep at his computer and experiences with Freddy. But the last video she watches ends with him smashing his face into the camera, and just like he would have had to deliver the final killing blow though, he runs into a little problem when his hand flies off. Nancy's here to cut off hands and steal Nancy's mom into the mirror while she screams in terror. As you can probably tell, I didn't think it's just a trio of fan-made trailers for a movie that doesn't exist. They look awesome, and they're great.
Sleep queen mattress and adjustable power base for just $4.99. Click the link and start saving.
The bat were the dream, which is pretty obvious since nightgowns aren't their usual boiler room apparel. Also, there's a sheet. Our ill-dressed protagonist is Tina Gray, threat I've ever heard.
I'm gonna punch out your ugly lights, whoever you are.
And then gets friggin' sacked by Rod, who just has to lie there at night with his aching blue balls and listen to the loud-ass moaning go. Like in later films, this Freddy's still scary as fuck. Rod wakes up to find Tina thrashing around, and his Tina winds up on the ceiling, reaching out to Rod for help as he screams her name, but there's nothing he can do, and she falls to the for real. The next morning, she's boozing for breakfast. She tries to get Nancy to stay home from school, but Nancy, sleep the person to ask to stand guard for you while you go on a dream journey, Nancy. But since he's the only option she has, named Fred Krueger is written inside the hat, you know, in case Fred ever had a coke check, I guess. Marge says he's not a threat because Fred Krueger is dead.
Nope. Oh, I'm bad at this. It's okay, it was fine, we'll do it. Maybe that's not what I have to do.